Hey everyone, I'm Kendrick Diaz, and you're listening to Verse by Verse. I don't go for a run often, but when I do, I have mixed feelings about taking my phone with me. On the one hand, I really like that I can listen to music, track my distance, track my number of steps, but I can never seem to get over the feeling of having an aluminum block swinging around in my pocket. Even though it only weighs 6 ounces, it's cumbersome. I think most casual runners would happily trade the extra poundage for a bit of technological luxury, but probably not if they were in a real race. In a heart-pounding, heavy-breathing foot race that wrings every ounce of effort you can muster, you don't want to drag unnecessary weight. It's also why we'd probably be particular about what we wore, too. Shorts instead of jeans, a t-shirt instead of an oversized hoodie. In a race, you want to limit anything that weighs you down or obstructs you. In Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1, we see a similar point being made about the Christian race. The author says, "Therefore we also, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us." Every Christian is locked in an individual race for eternal life. And that reality begs an important question. What can hinder us? The most obvious hindrance is sin. Sin ensnares. Sin entangles. Any thought or behavior out of line with the 10 Commandments will cause us to trip and fall. But when the author of Hebrews says to lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares, the implication seems to be that avoiding sin is only part of the picture. There are things in our lives we hold on to that aren't wrong in themselves, but still weigh us down. That can be a hard principle to swallow. I don't want anyone to think that I'm advocating for extreme self-denial. I'm not saying we can never turn on another TV or that we have to live in a monastery and renounce everything we've ever liked doing. But sometimes we race with a phone in our pocket. There may not be a specific rule against it, but will it help? Or will it weigh you down? There's more to factor into our everyday decision-making than simply asking whether something is sin or not. We've all probably been there when, at the end of the day, we reflect and see choices that ate up our attention for spiritual priorities. Some things just amount to distractions. Others place too much of a tax on our time. Sometimes we burden ourselves by running with things we don't need. Again, and I want to stress this, God's way of life isn't about saying no to ourselves all the time. But when we lay aside things that may be all right on their own, yet slow us down, it's because we have a mind to finish the race. The thought in Hebrews continues with the author telling us to fix our eyes on Jesus Christ. He ran a perfect race. He was so single-minded, so laser-focused on reaching the finish line that he refused to be hampered by the cares of this life. How about us? That's the mode we're striving for. And if we're willing, God will help us see where to make changes so we can continue apace. Let's choose to go at this race with everything we've got, avoiding anything that can hinder us.
Verse by Verse is a Life, Hope, and Truth podcast. Check out the show notes to find more free content, like videos, articles, and booklets in our Learning Center.